In the stark interrogation room, Jodi sits across from the investigator, trying to test the waters of the situation. She desperately attempts to extricate herself from the web of suspicion.
Okay, let's say for a second that I did. And I say, I did it. I mean...
The motive is there? The jealousy issue?
But I wouldn't even say it was jealous. I mean, there may have been some jealousy there, but...
Then what is it? What caused this?
I think if anyone, maybe Travis was jealous, but...
That's not what everybody else says.
We're looking into the tragic death of Travis Alexander. What began as a fiery romantic relationship with Jodi Arias ultimately concluded with her taking his life. Her actions revealed the depths of her narcissistic behavior, as she actively denies any wrongdoing to this day. Even behind bars, she maintains an air of entitlement that is unsettling to many.
I guess that's really all I needed. Sorry, don't roll the tape yet.
As we unravel the layers of this unsettling case, we'll explore the chilling aftermath of Jodi Arias's tragic actions. At a Las Vegas work convention in September 2006, Jodi Arias and Travis Alexander's encounter marked the beginning of a tumultuous and ultimately tragic narrative. Despite the distance between them, Arias, an aspiring saleswoman and photographer from California, and Alexander, a devout Mormon residing in Mesa, Arizona, quickly entered into a stormy long-distance relationship. Their connection, fueled by passion and intrigue, soon evolved into a complex web of intimacy and manipulation. As their relationship progressed, Arias underwent a significant transformation, symbolized by her baptism into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in November 2006. By June 29, 2007, cracks in their relationship became apparent as Arias and Alexander officially parted ways. Jodi would often show up uninvited at Travis's house, and despite knowing it was wrong, they would end up having intimate encounters. In reality, Travis just wanted her to leave. After their breakup, Jodi moved to Arizona and started visiting Travis's house more often. Concerned by the toxicity of their relationship, Travis's friends decided they didn't want her around the house anymore. Take a listen to how one of Travis's friends viewed Jodi.
She came over to a house, you're probably going to hear about this at one point, but she just showed up at a friend of ours' house out of nowhere one day and was like, I don't know why you guys don't like us. And, they proceeded to talk for 20 minutes, and our friend was brutally honest with her why we didn't think she was right for Travis and why we didn't like her. And then instead of and she basically told her, you're not welcome in my home, I don't want to see you again. And instead of walking out the door like a normal person that would understand, okay, I'm not welcome here anymore, she walked in with a blank stare and sat at the kitchen table for about another 15 minutes silently.
As their relationship deteriorated, Jodi began exhibiting signs of serious psychotic behavior. This included slashing tires, breaking into Travis's email and banking accounts, and even following him on dates with other women. These alarming actions raised concerns about her mental state and the potential danger she posed. Travis's friends witnessed Jodi's concerning behavior and recognized the escalating issues, realizing it was a serious problem.
Aaron, you told me that you lived with Travis during the time he dated Jodi Arias. What was that relationship like? What did you observe, if anything?
When they first met, Travis was on cloud nine. Here was a very attractive young lady that he had met at that convention in Las Vegas. They shared a lot of similar interests, some similar passions, a real drive and ambition in life. And so he thought he had found the one. And at the beginning of the relationship, everything seemed like it was going to go perfectly and possibly go all the way. Things deteriorated quickly. There were lots of trust issues.
Travis, preparing for a trip to Cancun with some of his friends, had initially intended to take Jodi along. However, he later decided to invite another woman instead, which left Jodi feeling furious and betrayed. When Jodi heard this, she must have become enraged, which may explain what was to come. This added fuel to the fire in their already volatile relationship. Shortly thereafter, on May 28, 2008, a report surfaced that a .25 caliber gun was stolen from the home of Arias' grandparents, where she had been staying. On June 4, While on a road trip to Utah to visit another coworker and love interest, Jodi takes a detour to Arizona to visit Travis. Renting a car for the journey, Arias makes her way to Alexander's home. During her visit, they engage in sexual activity at his home and take suggestive photographs of each other. Travis never anticipated that his desire for intimacy with Jodi would become a deadly trap, sealing his fate in a way he could never have imagined. On June 9, 2008, friends discover Travis Alexander's lifeless body in his shower and immediately call 911.
What's going on?
A friend of ours is dead in his bedroom. We hadn't heard from him for a while. We think he's dead. His roommate just went in there and said there's lots of blood. I didn't go in, but I can give you the phone to someone who went in there.
Yes, please, can you?
Hello.
Hi, so what's going on?
He's dead. He's in his bedroom.
Okay.
In the shower.
Okay, how did this happen? Do you have any idea?
No, we have no idea. Everyone's been wondering about him for a few days.
She said that there was blood. So is it coming from his head? Did he cut his head?
It's all over the place.
Is there any weapons around?
No, I don't know. Not that I saw.
How many people are in the house?
How many are in the house right now? Just the 5 of us? 5 of us.
Okay, I need all of you outside.
Okay.
He had been brutally murdered, shot in the head with a .25 caliber gun, and stabbed and slashed nearly 30 times. Authorities, upon investigation, find Jodi Arias' hair and a bloody palm print at the scene. Additionally, they discover time-stamped photos in a camera recovered from inside Alexander's washing machine, further implicating Arias in the heinous crime. Arias was apprehended by authorities at her grandparents' home, where she vehemently maintained her innocence in Alexander's slaying. Despite the mounting evidence against her, she adamantly protested her involvement, even stating to a detective, "I don't even hurt spiders."
And so you took a trip and you decided to go to, instead of going over to Utah, you went straight out to Los Angeles area?
I went to Santa Cruz first.
Santa Cruz. Okay.
And then I stayed the night in Monterey. And the next day I drove to Pasadena,
Okay.
waiting for Laura to call me back.
You didn't contact her at all?
She contacted me finally after I'd already left LA.
It was too late. You'd already
Yeah,
left at that point.
and we had plans to do that again this
And
week.
which route did you take from there?
I was supposed to get on the 15 and go all the way up. And I somehow got off the 15.
Where did you end up?
For a while I was lost, and I'm not above sleeping in the car, so I slept for a while.
Okay.
I'm a heavy sleeper and I sleep a lot, so.
But you were on the 15 for a while, and you ended up getting off the 15 somewhere.
Yeah, I looked at a map, and I'm pretty sure I know where I went. Can I draw you a map?
Sure.
Because I eventually started seeing signs for Phoenix, and I was like, and it was several hundred miles away still. I was like, that's weird. Where am I going? So you have California, Los Angeles, and Nevada, Arizona, Utah. And I was supposed to go somewhere right up here. Oh, I'm a lefty. So the 15 kind of does one of these.
Yeah. Goes through, let's say, Las Vegas right here.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. My
No,
map
that's
is
okay.
so wrong.
That's okay. So we'll just put
I know it cuts through Arizona in the corner. Las Vegas, St. George is somewhere here. And then the 40 runs somewhere this way, because somehow I ended up on the 40. And when I saw the 40, I'm like, the only thing I associate with the 40 is Flagstaff, and Flagstaff is somewhere north of Utah. I mean northern Arizona. And so, and I was going east, and I was like, what's going on here? I wasn't going the right way, and so I've had for the last 2 years, I've had a car that has a GPS system in it. It's really good, and I think it hasn't served me as far as getting a sense of direction. When I moved to Palm Desert,
Yeah, you kind of rely on it a little too much.
Too much. In fact, when I moved in with the last place I lived in Arizona, I did not know how close it was to Travis. I didn't realize. I have a very bad sense of direction, and it wasn't until I used my GPS the whole time I was there, pretty much, just to find things. Anyway, so I got back, I looked at the MapQuest that I had MapQuest a bunch of places. I was maybe going to go to Death Valley. I was maybe going to go.
Did you actually cross over into Arizona? Is that how far you went?
I crossed over twice, I think. My map was wrong because the 93 goes north, and then I hit the 15 again, and then I got here, and then I hit Arizona, and then went here. Somehow I got north on the 93.
Okay.
And then I hit the 15. So, I mean, I don't know where Phoenix is in Mesa. It's got to be over here.
Yeah.
I didn't go anywhere near there.
So you took this trip and you left on, was it Monday the 2nd? Right? And you didn't get to Utah until Thursday, you told me.
Yeah, I got to Utah on Thursday.
So Thursday, and that's the 5th?
Yeah, I think so.
So Monday, that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, yeah, 5th. Okay, so we have, it's like 48 hours there that, well, obviously 3 days, but there's 48 hours. So this trip took you a little over 48 hours there. I have a problem with this trip.
Well, I went first too.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know you went down here.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, Wairika, right there. Beautiful little place here, except it's kind of smoky. And
Yeah,
I can't
right
see
now.
the views. I was hoping to see some mountains, but
You really should
Yes.
see Mount Shasta if you get a chance.
okay. I've gone over this trip over and over in my mind and on paper. And even if there's still 20 some odd hours, even if you pulled over to sleep a couple of times.
Oh, did I tell you that I got stranded?
Yeah,
Okay.
you mentioned that. If you slept for 10 hours
I only slept for about
here
8
and
hours.
here, it would still leave 18 some odd hours for something else. Okay. This is what people are focusing on, is this trip that you took. Because they're saying she left, she didn't get to till Thursday. Wednesday? That's when Travis was killed.
I did not go near his house. Aren't there?
I pulled your cell records. Your cell phone was turned off between here and here. Okay? But the last place it pulled it was here. The next place it turned on was here. What does that show me?
Oh, well, oh, no.
Is there plenty of time for you to do that? Yes. And do I believe that you had come to visit Travis? Yes. I truly believe it. Did you have the opportunity? Yes. You were traveling alone. There's no other witnesses. Your phone just happened to turn off from here to here.
Well, I didn't turn it off physically, but it died.
And then it magically, you found your charger here?
It was packed under the seat of the passenger side. And it was when I was...
When you were lost, you couldn't have maybe pulled over and found it? Or?
Well, I did finally start looking when I was stranded. I wouldn't have pulled over when I was lost.
Okay, I've been focusing on this and going over and over in my mind why this happened. Do you have anything else that you need to tell me?
Yeah, you had asked me what have I been up to in the weeks since I got back.
Mm-hmm.
What did you mean by that?
Just what have you been up to? Because I know this thing has to be weighing pretty heavy on you.
I've been trying to put his death behind me. If I did anything that had anything to do with his death in any way,
It's not if to me.
I wouldn't.
It's not if. It's not if at all.
Well, to me it is. I would be more than remorseful.
Is it maybe something you're blocking out of your head?
I don't think so. I mean, I tend to write everything down. I just finished the book, The Road Less Traveled, and he said, the true definition of sanity is dedication to reality at all costs. So I think at times, I may have, prayed or meditated upon a certain way, like me being wealthy or something like that, but...
Well, this is definitely reality. We are sitting here inside of an office, the sheriff's department, and you are facing first-degree murder charges.
What is the difference?
And you are going to be booked into jail, and eventually you will be brought back to Arizona, and you will stand trial. That's the reality. And once you realize that, I think you'll be better for it. And if you really wanted to embrace reality, you would sit here and explain to me why this happened. But you refuse. You refuse to embrace reality.
I don't know why he was killed. I don't know why. I had issues with Travis. If anything, he had more issues with me. I've had worse issues with other people. They're all still alive. I'm still friends with my ex-boyfriends. They're all still alive.
I've been doing this a long time. And there's one thing that I can never get out of my head, ever since the first day I talked to you. There's an old saying that, someone's just not acting right. Look into it. You have not acted right from day one. From day one when I talked.
You should have at least done your makeup, Jodi. Gosh. I didn't hear you breathe. I wonder how am I still here. And I don't wanna lose a thing. It might change my memory, and I won't go, and I can't breathe until you're resting here with me, and I won't go, and I can't hide, and I won't leave, breathe until...
After her arrest on June 15, 2008, Jodi Arias entered a plea of not guilty to the charges of first-degree murder. Throughout the interrogation process, she vehemently maintained her innocence, adamantly stating, "I didn't do it. I could never harm Travis." As the investigation progressed, mounting evidence seemed to incriminate Arias further, presenting a damning picture against her. Jodi Arias initially denied involvement in Travis Alexander's murder but later changed her story during the trial. She claimed that she killed him in self-defense.
In a surprise move Monday, Jodi Arias admitted to killing 30-year-old Travis Alexander about a year after the relationship ended.
Did you kill Travis Alexander on June 4th, 2008?
Yes, I did.
Why?
The simple answer is that he attacked me, and I defended myself. I was very confident that no jury would convict me because I planned to be dead.
Her defense team seemed to pull the sympathy card, highlighting her abusive childhood and unfaithful boyfriends, saying her mother beat her with a wooden spoon, her father lashed her with a belt, and even her relationship with Travis Alexander turned abusive. The prosecution says Jodi Arias murdered Travis Alexander in a jealous rage, but Arias says she did it in self-defense.
Finally, on April 13, 2015, Jodi Arias was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
The court finds the mitigation presented is not sufficiently substantial to call for leniency and that a natural life sentence is appropriate. It is ordered the defendant shall be incarcerated in the Department of Corrections for the rest of her natural life with no possibility of parole.
Arias continued to stick to her story, defiantly asserting, "I maintain my innocence." The truth will come out one day.
Do you deserve freedom?
All I know is that if I were given freedom again, I would handle it very, very responsibly.
So you think people should feel safe if Jodi Arias is out of these four walls at some point?
I think so, yes. If you're not abusing me and attacking me and threatening to kill my life, there's no reason to fear.
You really are still sticking with that story?
It's not a story, it's the reality. And it's unfortunate, but it is the reality.
Okay.
I didn't know that you were a hater when you came to interview me.
In the end, as Jodi Arias is confined to life behind bars, the wheels of justice have turned, ensuring that the truth prevails and that the memory of Travis Alexander receives the justice it deserves. Thank you for joining us today. As we wrap up, our heartfelt condolences go out to Travis Alexander's family and all those affected. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.